Welcome back to Loose Talk. We're here in Florence, South Carolina, which will hold the critical third primary of the Republican nomination process here on Saturday. Newt Gingrich has just spoken here in this art gallery in downtown Florence. The former Speaker Gingrich is hoping to consolidate the very fragmented conservative field, namely supporters of Rick Perry, the governor of Texas, and Rick Santorum, former Pennsylvania senator, behind him in the hope of preventing what's looking like an almost inevitable Romney train by now. Here is really, if you like, the last stand of the social conservatives.
I think this is the most important election of our lifetime.
So my question this week is, could this all effectively be wrapped up by the weekend? Well, Florence, South Carolina is a very good place to ask that question. This was a critical railroad hub for the retreating Confederate forces during the Civil War, a hospital for wounded Confederate soldiers, and indeed there was a stockade here for Union prisoners. It was a place where the Confederate forces began to retreat to lick their wounds. And perhaps you could see it as playing the same role for the three remaining conservative candidates in this Republican race, namely Newt Gingrich, Rick Santorum, and I forget the third. Oops.
I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
Now, although this is a very depressed area with double-digit unemployment, far higher than the national average, it's also really a concentrated zone of evangelicals. And each of the three remaining social conservative candidates has tried to appeal to this group by saying, look, if you split the vote between three of us, you are effectively voting for Mitt Romney. So vote for me as the one social conservative who can fly the flag and get the nomination.
If you look at the polling, I'm the only conservative who realistically has a chance to be the nominee. So any vote for Santorum or Perry, in effect, is a vote to allow Romney to become the nominee. Because we've got to bring conservatives together in order to stop him.
Since 1980, when South Carolina became the third contest to be held in the Republican season after Iowa and New Hampshire, it has never failed to select the Republican nominee. Now, if Newt Gingrich does happen to pull off a surprise and exciting victory this weekend, we might have to reappraise that role, because when you stand back and you look at the numbers and you look at the momentum in this race, Mitt Romney's still the one with the overwhelming advantage.
Mitt Romney I like because of his economics. He knows about that. His business. Newt I like because he's got that fire in the belly. He's got the history. He knows what he wants and everything. He's very strong. Rick Santorum, he's got the values and all that I look for.
And of these three, who's the most easy to imagine beating Obama in your view?
Mitt Romney.
And is that going to ultimately govern your choice?
Yes, it will. It will, yes.
Were Mitt Romney to become the nominee, then it might cause some reevaluation of what it was we were expecting out of this election. After all, 2012 was supposed to be the Tea Party election, and indeed the Tea Party has dominated the primary process up until now. And yet, if the outcome of all of this is to produce Mitt Romney as the nominee, that would be a strange conclusion indeed, because Mitt Romney is not only not anti-establishment, but he's not particularly angry either. There's very few traits to the Romney candidacy that you would expect the Tea Party to endorse.
Former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney.
For me, this week's odd moment of the week came on Monday night in Myrtle Beach in the first of two Republican South Carolina debates, when Governor Rick Perry of Texas referred to the government of Turkey as an Islamic terrorist state. A fairly extraordinary gaffe to make about one of America's closest NATO allies, but one that is unfortunately fairly emblematic of the quality of the debate we've often seen in these Republican primaries. See you next week on Loose Talk.